Good afternoon, folks. Big Bo here with another great Class C motorhome value from Parkway RV Center. Folks, I haven't had one of these in years, and I love these Class Cs. This is a 2000 model Bigfoot Class C. Yes, folks, the same brand that builds what's known as a Cadillac of slide-in truck campers. For a few years, they built a Class C motorhome, and it was pretty much, as far as Class C's, pretty much superior built to any other one out there. And this is a 2029 RQ, 30 feet long, Class C motorhome. These are built up in British Columbia, Canada. They're cold weather built. This particular one has the optional winter package, which I'll go over here in a minute, showing you what all that entitles. But this is a good looking Class C. It's going to be checked out, ready to go, folks, for only $19,900. And this is probably one of the best insulated Class C's on the market today. So if you're wanting to buy an RV, it's fall right now, and you want to use it this winter, this is an excellent choice. It's actually got almost a basement storage of a Class A. It's got a full basement. You know, these things are, and you can see from the exterior, and look how they're built too, folks. You know, they are obsessed with building as close to a leak-proof motorhome as possible. And you can see how the front of this cab is all overlapped, no straight edges. See this one right here? That's the ones you got to worry about leaking. These are the ones that resist leaking. No window on the front, which is good. Windshield's perfect. Got the backup camera that works great. Got a crank out awning, so you don't have to have arms you got to worry about hitting your head on every time you walk around it. Tires look good. We just drove this unit 500 miles in here. And get this, folks, and I've heard about these generators. This is the first one I've had with it. It's got a 4,000 watt, not a portable generator, but a 4,000 watt Honda RV generator. And it works. You got the crank out awning. You know, look around this thing. Bigfoot, this company's still in business today. They've been building campers since 1977. And like I said, for those of you who've ever been around truck campers, you know Bigfoot and Lance are considered the Cadillacs of truck campers. And this is the same brand that builds the Bigfoot campers. And this thing was pretty expensive for a Class C back in 2000. It was over $60,000 new. 60 grand new back in 2000. And they built these from the late 90s on up to 06 or 07. And they went back when the recession hit, of course. And they went back to what they originally started doing, building slide-in truck campers and small travel trailers. But these things are prized possessions, folks. And there's nothing on the market like this. 4,000 watt Honda generator. Obviously, Honda's reputation speaks for itself. Got 79,000 miles, which is still pretty good mileage for a 18-year-old motorhome. Got the outside scare lights, but look at the exterior, folks. I've got Class C motorhomes that are 5-10 years newer than this one that the outside doesn't look as good as this one does. The stripes aren't peeling or fading like you see on most 2000 models. Still got a nice shine to it. You know, they use a really thick fiberglass. As a matter of fact, the guy that founded Bigfoot learned his trade from building fiberglass boats. So he kind of incorporated that into a motorhome. That's why you don't see any delamination on many Bigfoots like you do other brands. Like I said, it's all the way they built this thing, folks. Overlapping roof, overlapping sidewalls, overlapping rear. It's got their exclusive fiber core technology, and this is how well this thing's insulated. They've got a patent on this, and they built their truck campers and stuff like this for years. They actually inject a real high density polyethylene material in between the fiberglass and the interior sidewalls, 1.5 inches thick. I'm talking floor, ceiling, roof, walls, all the way around. So you got an incredible R factor. Plus, you've got dual pane windows. You don't see many Class C's with that, but this is at the dual pane insulated windows. All the water tanks are enclosed in the heated basement. Like I said, this is built in Canada, folks. Up there, they've got some pretty extreme cold weather, so this is designed for pretty much any kind of weather North America can throw at you. Makes it a perfect wintertime unit. And let's go inside here, and I'll show you some other nice features about this. First of all, we just had new carpet in it. See these little vents right here? They've got these vents throughout the entire RV. And it's part of the winter package, folks. This thing has an automotive style rear heat system, just like what's in a conversion van. And it works great. I actually, it was pretty cold this morning when I came in here to go through this thing. I try to learn every RV that I post online. And I had the motor running, the heat there running. I had, I didn't want to light the furnace. And I had the automotive rear heat going. And it actually warmed this entire motorhome up to, after a little while, I had to cut it off because it got too hot. And you can see the controls right there on the dash. Front, rear, and the front air does work. 79,000. Excuse me, folks. 72,220. 72,220, folks. Not bad at all. Ford V-10, 305 horsepower, 420 pound-feet of torque. Got a Sony stereo system with remote control. Got a queen size bed in the cab over, and look around this thing, folks. There is no signs of leaks anywhere. Got the pointed front end, so you get a little better aerodynamics. Now, how many 17-year-old Class C's do you find that doesn't have any signs of a leak or previous leak in the cab over? Those are few and far between, but this is one of them. And this is 1.5 inch thick insulation in the roof. Got 2 chairs right here. You've got a table booth that makes a bed. Got a skylight right here, and you can see how thick that roof is. I mean, dang. That's a 4-inch thick total roof right there. Ice cold ducted roof air. Table booth makes a bed. These are solid wood cabinets. One other thing I noticed too is that they've upgraded all the fans to vent fans to fantastic vent fans, and that's a pretty expensive little upgrade. 15,000 BTU ducted dual therm roof air. You can see the stove top doesn't look like it's hardly been used. Sink looks great. Samsung microwave, built-in coffee maker. Got the Dometic refrigerator, freezer. And let's see if I got my thermometer on me. Yep, I remembered it this time. Of course, 3 degrees and 45 in the fridge. Obviously that works. You can look at the headliner, folks. There's no water stains. I mean, this has been a well cared for motorhome. And got some really neat features too. Open this up. You've got a slide out pantry. Now, how many Class C's do you see have that? Closet right here on the side. You got an enclosed side bathroom. Look in here, folks. That's the original linoleum. There's no water stains on it. And those things always get stained. People getting in and out of showers, wet, dripping on there, stuff like that. But look how white that is. Look at this shower, folks. You know, most 2000 models, the plastic in the shower yellows with age. Look how white this is. And this is all a big one-piece shower too. It doesn't just go up 3/4 of the way up the wall, then there's your wall board. This is all fiberglass surround shower. Stickers are still on it. Skylight, of course, looks good. Fantastic vent fan in here. Got a shower curtain. Pretty neat, folks. Pretty neat. Now, they do have some residue from some Velcro tape. At some time or another, they probably had some kind of little cover over those skylights. Keep the light out, and they got removed. And so there's going to be a little bit of residue from that Velcro tape, but that's nothing. Back bedroom, and this is actually for this size motorhome is a decent size rear bathroom. You got a bedroom. This is a Queen Island bed. Still got the original factory bed cover. Again, folks, fantastic vent fan. Place for a TV over there. You've got his and her mini closets. You've actually got a solid sliding door for privacy. Day-night shades. All the day-night shades are good. None of them's broken, which is unusual. And again, folks, you can look around every single you can look around every single vent. There's no water stains. There's no signs of soft spots. The floor is solid. We just had new carpet installed because, like I was saying, at 17, 18 years old, it needed new carpet. I was going to see if I could show you how this door shuts. But, to be honest with you, I'd have to have more than one hand to do that. But anyway, it does have a solid sliding door. Folks, let me tell you something. We're going to go through this RV for $19,900. We're going to go through it. We're going to make sure generator works, your airs work, your fridge works, your plumbing works. We're going to make sure all your lights work. Make sure your table bed folds out. We're going to check your propane system, your water system. We're going to check the running and driving of it. And it does have a brake controller. Oh, look at this, folks. It's got the completely adjustable airbag suspension. So if you're towing something and it's got a built-in compressor, you can raise or lower your airbags up to whatever firmness you want it to be, and it works. Real handy if you're going to tow something, because driving down the road, you want to soften your ride up a little bit, and then when you're towing something, you want to firm it up so every time you hit a bump, it doesn't beat you to death. So that's a cool feature to have. And look at this, folks. How many table booths do you see with flat belts? And it's got a CD changer right there. But folks, like I said, we're going to check all your major systems for you, which includes those things I just said and then some. All for $19,900. I mean, this is a great buy for what it is, folks. Look how clean this thing is. I mean, there's no stains, no water damage. I mean, big, deep cabinets. There's all your books, manuals, stuff like that. I mean, you're not going to find many of these Bigfoots. They did not build many of these Class C motorhomes. In fact, I just did a Google search, and I only found one other one on the internet, and it was an '03 model for 10 grand more than this one. So this 2000 model is $19,900, haggle-free, with the inspection, and that inspection also includes a walkthrough by our RV tech that checked it out, so he'll show you how to do everything on this RV. That's what I call option. That's what we call option A. I call it the worry-free, stress-free option. It's checked out, ready to go. That's $19,900. That's firm. It doesn't matter if you're paying cash, finance, and trade, or a combination. However, for those of you who do want some kind of discounted price, I understand that. So if you want to take option B, which is taking it just like you see it in the video, no checkout, no walkthrough, just jump in it and go. Since that saves us time and money, since I obviously don't have to pay somebody to do a checkout on this camper or on this motorhome, I'll pass that savings along to you folks and give you a discounted price, and you just take it the same way we bought it, which just like it says, or just like you took your spouse, for better or for worse. Now, folks, like I said, I've plugged it up. Everything so far I found works, but it's no guarantee that it'll work when you get here. I mean, 99.9% of the time, yes, it does, but there is that rare occasion that, what you see on the video may not work when you get here, because you got to realize, folks, I have a couple of hundred people a week, a couple of hundred customers a week go through all these RVs and turn stuff on and sometimes break stuff. Kids run through them. These things are open to the public during business hours. We don't escort people around, and that's the downside to that sometimes these things get damaged. People bring their kids in here with drinks, they spill them. I mean, I've seen it all, folks. I've even had, and I'm ashamed to say this as an RVer myself, but I've actually had other RVers come in here that need parts. Instead of buying the parts, they'll just go look at an RV that's real similar to theirs and steal the part off of it and take it home with them. And you'd be surprised how often that happens. I've actually caught a couple of people doing that. So, you know, that's just part of it. But if you want to come down, look at this motorhome, folks, before you decide if you want to take option A or option B, just give us a call and make an appointment with a minimum 24-hour notice. We'll either run the generator or have it plugged into power, let you look through it yourself, and you can decide then if you want to take the option A price of $19,900 and have no worries, no stress, and pick it up whenever it's been checked out, or you may decide to go ahead and take it home with you the same day you pay for it and do the option B price. As is, as it sets, and save a little bit of money. It's entirely up to you, folks. Give us a call, 706-965-7929. Evenings and Sundays, 423-605-6747. Now, folks, I've listed a lot of motorhomes for this price, $19,900. And I will tell you this from my personal experience, that this is probably definitely one of the nicest motorhomes and one of the best built and definitely the best insulated motorhome that I think I've listed for this price range, for $19,900 and under. I mean, the more I look at this motorhome, the more I like it. I'm a Class A man, folks, but this is actually probably a Class C that I would probably consider owning myself because of the way it's built and the way it's insulated. I mean, this thing is built right. Of course, for what these things cost new back in 2000 compared to other RV brands, you get what you paid for. Anyway, folks, full basement, more. Lord, I mean, there's probably more stuff on this thing than I've found going over it, but I think you're going to be very, very impressed with this motorhome when you see it in person. And I strongly encourage anybody wanting to buy a used RV. And I know we sell 200 to 300 units a year sight unseen. And the people, we never even shake their hand, never even meet them, because thanks to the internet, people buy these things like they buy stuff on Amazon, and they don't actually see the motorhome until it pulls up their driveway. They actually have it delivered to them. And you'd be surprised at people that do that. And that's why I do videos, and I do honest videos. If there's something wrong with it that we don't cover in our standard checkout, I'm going to point it out to you, and tell it to you like it is, because I know there's about half of the RVs we sell are sight unseen, and people buy these things without ever looking at them. And I don't want to betray that trust, especially considering we've been in business 49 plus years, and that we sell almost 600 units a year total. Used RVs, and we've got the largest selection of any dealer within a 500-mile radius. So I try to point out the negatives and positives of every RV that I post. And so far, I see I haven't really seen any negatives on this motorhome. One thing I'll point out: these are dual pane windows. All dual pane windows do this. The seal, they use a nitrogen gas in between the panes of glass, and when they get 15 years old or so, a lot of the seals will actually shrink and cause that effect right there. It doesn't affect the functionality of it. It's strictly cosmetics. And for those of you who watch my videos, as far as checking out stuff, we don't cover cosmetics. That doesn't affect the functionality of the motorhome, so we don't mess with it. And cosmetic imperfections like that, or while you're not paying $60,000 for this motorhome, that's why you're paying $19,900 and saving $40,000. But anyway, give us a call if you have any questions. Our phone numbers are 706-965-7929. Evenings and Sundays, 423-605-6747. I do have limited financing available on this motorhome, and I say limited, and that's because of the age. These nationwide lenders that we use have really tightened up their belts about older motorhomes. And when you get much under a 2004 model, there's only one or two lenders that I have that will do anything under an 03 or an 04 model. So, but they do want quite a bit of money down. They usually want around 50% down, cash or trade equity. So, for those of you who do need financing, you may want to contact your bank, credit union, or lending institute, your local bank. and see if they can, what they offer you, may be a little easier to go through, because most of my nationwide lenders, they're going to send a whole long list of stipulations. They're going to, if you're if you're a business owner on 1099s, they're going to want to see completed tax returns for 2 years. They want to see paycheck stubs. They want to see W-2s if you're W-2. I mean, it's ridiculous, folks. Sometimes they want to see bank records to verify your income and utility bills, and it's absolutely crazy. And you know, that's probably the biggest challenge of selling used RVs. Selling them's easy. They sell themselves. Buying them is a little difficult, but there are some out there. Then we've got, after 49 years in business, we got some great connections. But probably getting customers financed is the hardest thing, because these are considered luxury items by the banks. They're considered a want, not a need. So if you don't have a good credit score, if you've got some issues, bankruptcies and stuff on your credit, it can get really challenging trying to get approved, and a lot of times you can't. And that's why I always recommend anything under 20 grand, like this one, whenever possible. If you've got an established relationship with your own personal bank or credit union, give them a call. Sometimes it's a lot easier, a lot quicker on you and us just to go through your local bank. And be honest with you, that no more money than you're financing on this motorhome. You don't need 10-year financing. I mean, this is something you can afford with a 60-month payment that you can get through your local bank or credit union, and save you a bunch of money in interest too. But anyway, give us a call if you have any questions. You can email us, sales@parkwayrvcenter.com. We do prefer phone calls because, like I was saying earlier, folks, we sell almost 600 units a year. I don't use commission salespeople because that eliminates sales pressure. And everybody hates commission salespeople, folks. It costs you tons of extra money because you're having to pay more for the unit to cover that salesperson's 25% of the gross profit commission rate. So in other words, the dealer has to mark the units up to cover the salesperson's commission rate. Makes it hard to deal with them because every extra dollar they get you to pay is an extra 25 cents in their pocket and more. So we don't use commission salespeople. Most lots our size have 25 to 30 RV salespeople. I have 4. So I got 4 salespeople selling almost 600 units a year. For those of you who've ever been in sales, you can imagine how busy that they stay. And you can learn, and they can tell you more in a 10-minute phone conversation than they can in an hour emailing back and forth. So that's what I tell people, folks. Please call for faster response. We do respond to all emails, but sometimes it can be up to 48 hours before you get an email response. And during that 48 hours, somebody could have bought your motorhome out from under you simply because they called and you emailed. And, you know, these things are for sale until somebody leaves a deposit. So give us a call, 706-965-7929. Family owned and operated for 49 plus years. We have over 170 used RVs in stock. We try to carry something for just about everybody's budget. In fact, I've got Class C motorhomes starting at $69.95. And I've got them on up to around 50 grand. So whatever you want to spend, if you've got a certain payment range you want to stay in, give our salespeople a call. You know, they get paid the same whether you buy one or not, so you don't have to worry about sales pressure, games, gimmicks, trouble, or drama, because we don't believe in it, because we just don't have time to deal with it with 600 units going out between 4 salespeople a year. So there's no trouble, no drama, no games, gimmicks, straightforward, haggle-free pricing, so you don't have to worry about spending days going back and forth haggling, because I know the price is what attracted you to this motorhome to begin with, and I'm hoping that the quality of this RV and my presentation attracted you more, because this is a very, very nice Class C for this price. Now, I can sell you a nice Class C for, you know, for $35,000, $40,000. But this one right here would do everything that $35,000, $40,000 Class C will do for almost half price. So why spend the extra money unless you just want to? Good looking motorhome, folks. Not going to last long. This unit's going on eBay, plus about 20 of the most popular for sale websites for RV buyers on the internet. Thousands of people are going to read this ad. Hundreds of people are going to watch this video in the next 24 hours alone. And I can assure you, without a doubt, that you're not the only interested party looking at this video right now. In fact, there's probably several interested parties still watching this video. But thank you for watching. Nationwide deliveries available. Financing with limited financing with approved credit. You can go to our website, parkwayrvcenter.com, and check us out. You can apply for credit there. But remember, folks, you're going to have through our lenders right around 50% down. And that's just because what they require, because it's an older unit. They're trying to get out of financing older units, so they're making it as hard as possible. Or check with your own bank or credit union. We're more than happy to fax or email whatever paperwork they require to help you get a loan on this motorhome. Again, folks, thank you for watching. Check it out. Hope to see you soon here in beautiful Ringgold, Georgia.